Have you ever heard of that show, Orange is the New Black? I had from my coworkers for a long time. It was probably on TV for a good 2 seasons before I decided to give it a shot. I wasn't hooked right away. Learning the background of the story is what really dragged me in. So the main character's name is Piper. She's kind of like a upper class white woman who seemed to almost have it all. She was living in an upper scale area of New York with her fiance Larry. She ran a homemade soap making business with her best friend Polly. Her parents seemed well off. Her brother, a little odd. But she had a backstory. Years before, she used to live with her ex-girlfriend, Alex. Now, Alex also hired Piper to do a job for her, and that job was transporting drug money. You knew at some point in time it was going to go down, and it did. So, years later, Piper was named and sentenced to a little over a year in prison. So the base of the story is Piper goes to prison where she has to learn to adjust to that lifestyle. There's a lot of discussion of race. There's a lot of discussion about culture. There's government. There's politics. Many things. Piper learns firsthand when she first gets in there that by insulting the cook, that she winds up being starved of eating. Something she felt as though she had a right to do. But there's a lot of back and forth between romance when Piper's ex-girlfriend Alex, who got her in all that mess, shows up in the same prison. And a lot of feelings are brought back to life being incarcerated with her ex. It's a very dramatic show. There's a lot of background about many of the characters there. The chef who starved her, Red, who used to be, she's a Russian who used to run her own restaurant in the Bronx and wound up getting stuck with the Russian mob, and that didn't turn out for her very well. There's also a big part of it who has to do with a transgender male that turned woman who went to prison as well for credit card fraud, trying to pay for her change. Very intriguing stories. But overall, the same thing that happens to all of them is they're learning to cope and deal with life in a area where they have no control over their life. Yes, they may culturally come together and fight against each other, whether it's based on their race or their religion or their beliefs or whatnot, but they do sort of build family units to help each other, support each other, survive. But ultimately, it's survival of the fittest, and it's your individual self-sustainability. Because in all reality, it comes down to you trying to save your own tail. And that's what each one of these girls is trying to do. Even though they're there, most of them aren't there for life. So many of them are just trying to make it to when they can leave, just like Piper is. Piper's not sentenced for a very long time. So she's just trying to make it through those 15 months. But it's a very exciting show, and you should really tune in and check it out.